alternating chest press from the bottom is a strength exercise for our chest, triceps, and shoulders. It's also a stabilization exercise for our core. I prefer to do this exercise on a bench. That way I'm having to use the muscles in my chest to keep those weights elevated when down at the bottom. You can also perform this exercise on the floor. However, your upper arms will be resting on the floor throughout that movement, so it typically won't be quite as difficult. So, like I said, it can be done either way, but it's going to be a little more challenging if you're able to perform it on a bench. We're going to grab a set of dumbbells. We're going to lay on down, whether it's the floor or on that bench. Lay down flat on it to where your shoulder blades are squeezed back in contact, hips are in contact, and then those feet are planted on the floor. We're going to rotate on out to where those dumbbells are in that bottom position of that chest press. Palms are facing the feet. Wrists are almost directly above the elbows. Weights are right on the outsides of our chest. We're going to hold right here as we squeeze that core, press one dumbbell up and right over that chest to that ending position. Control it right back down and then switch sides. The other chest side comes up and then back down. We're alternating back and forth on this exercise, keeping the core nice and tight, keeping the dumbbell that is not doing that pressing motion kind of right at chest height throughout that movement. Biggest mistakes made on this one, not keeping your core braced and instead rotating that torso. So what I'll see happen is I'll see this type of movement. My shoulder that's pressing is coming up off of that bench as I'm rotating side to side, and that other side is dipping on down. We want to focus on keeping the core engaged, really squeeze the abs, and keep your shoulder blades squeezed back throughout that movement so that we're isolating that chest as much as possible. Another common mistake I see made is completely relaxing at the bottom. So what that looks like is when you're coming down, is we're just kind of like way down here, pressing, just completely relaxing, putting all of that pressure now on our joints, putting that pressure on the tendons and the ligaments to kind of just hold that stretch. And instead, we're not using the muscles that we're trying to focus on. So when you come down, we're going to stop right about chest height here. Even if you have a little more range of motion to come way down here, we're going to stop right at chest height and use the muscle to hold that weight right there as we alternate our presses going up. That way we're keeping that tension on the chest, we're keeping that tension and that focus on the muscle and not just transferring it over and taking the easy way out by putting it on the tendons and the ligaments in those joints. Slow down on this one. You're going to want a lighter weight than you would normally do for a regular chest press because of that alternating movement and the focus we're trying to put in our core. So start a little bit lighter, get comfortable where you're wanting to stop, right about chest height here. Get comfortable with that movement while keeping those shoulder blades back, keeping that strong base of support, feet against the floor, hips and shoulders all against that bench. And then you can start to progress up in weight from there if it's starting to feel too light.